Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a double run day, trying to catch up. It's my on Thursday of week 5. We did like an impromptu breakaway, so I've not been able to run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday when I normally get 2 runs in them 3 days. So it's a double run day. This morning I did a 3k quick blast, so this is on the screen, just a quick speed work, which was my Wednesday morning session, and I'm getting my Monday tempo running now this afternoon. Well, still morning actually. So yeah, double run morning, trying to catch up. That leaves me Friday tomorrow, and I'll go back to normal routine of threshold run tomorrow, but it'll be slightly slower than threshold because I'm on recovery week of week 5. So I'll do a quick vlog. I was trying to do it whilst I was running, but I picked a bad route, and all the routes are dead noisy in terms of road noise. So I've just come into some woodland. Thought I'd get a quick vlog in. So yes, this is going to be part 3 of my running journey. So if you haven't seen part 1 yet, then it'll be top corner. That's part 1. So that covers 2013 to 2016 and a bit later when I stopped running in 2016. That's part 1 of my running journey, and then I did part 2. So again, go back and watch part 1 first. Obviously it's chronological. So part 1 I've done. Part 2 again in the top corner, I'll tag that. That was 2018 when I came back into running properly after my break, up until last year. So 2018 to 2021, that covers that kind of time period. And this will be part 3 now, which will be the last part, which covers October last year when I finished the metric marathon, which is my longest ever event, up until current day basically. So obviously part 2 finished on, I finished the metric. It was my first event over a 10k. I'd only ever done 2 10ks before that. So yeah, so I finished that, and obviously that kind of just reaffirmed everything that I doubted in terms of I could do long distance running as long as I do it properly and I train for it a bit better. I'm able to do it, and it's much more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be. Like I said, if you watch part 1s and part 2s, I was always of the mindset that I could only ever do 5k's, and even the 10k's I used to get. Like I said, if you watch part 1 and part 2, I ended up getting a couple of knee issues doing 10k's, so I just thought long distance running wasn't for me. But I said part 2 kind of reinforces that I started doing things better. I started having a training plan. I stopped running flat out all the time. So these little things I've learned along the way. But yeah, so the metric finished October last year. I set a goal of 2.5 for the 26.2k. I finished it in 2 hours 19, so 10 minutes ahead of schedule. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed running at that steady state for longer periods of time. It's a mental game as opposed to just a physical limitation. It's like a tactical thing in terms of how fast you go, how slow you go, what you do about this hill coming up. It's downhill, do you go fast, just you go steady. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So literally a couple of days after I finished the metric, I signed up for the Chester Marathon, which is this October now, so it's literally a year later. Obviously it runs on the same day. So I signed up for the marathon, and now obviously I'm currently in the training block. So October last year I stopped for about a week, went to a park run the week after, so I had a week's rest. Popped it on the screen again, so that was my park run PB at the time. So they took the week off, went straight back to park run, went out a bit quick, kind of felt at the end, but yeah, at the time that was my park run PB, so everything was going well. And then basically I committed just to stay running, so I ran at least once or twice a week through to the end of the year, just to keep ticking over. And then since January of 22, I've literally run to a training plan, twice a week, every week, varied training, some trails, some roads, some short and fast, some long and slow. And I've been running consistently since October, since June, July last year of 21. That's when I started training for the metric, and I've obviously trained for the metric, ran the metric, and then just continued to run. So this is probably the longest period of time I've been running consistently for, and I'm kind of seeing the benefits now. 2022 struck, I obviously set some training plans, basic ones, not like race training plans, just ticking over, make sure I've got a plan to run set days, so many miles a week. Set myself a couple of goals, so I wanted to try and get close to my lifetime PB, so for 5k, 10k. So at the time, at the start of 22, my 5k PB was 20:57, which is what I ran in 2018 if you watch part 2, which was a 1,000-mile year. I did a 1,000-mile year, did a 20:57 5k in that year, and that remains still to this day a 5k PB. So I set myself a goal getting below 22 minutes again, and I've ran 21:30 in the 6 and a 21:34 I think. Again, I put these on the screen in my current PB, so I'm about 40 seconds off my lifetime PB. I'm hoping through this marathon training block I'll probably have one more blast, try and get below 21 minutes. And obviously again in the 1,000-mile year I set my 10k PB was 48 minutes flat. I set myself a goal of trying to get below that, and again these on the screen I've ran a 47 something this year, and I think I've got well more in the tank. I think I can get down below 47, maybe even 46, low 46s. Yeah, so that were my goals, some basic goals, and obviously I've hit them this year. My half marathon aim is to get below 145. I think it's at 147, 148 at the minute. Again, these is on the screen, but I've only run a couple of halves in my life, so I need to do some more work on that during this training block. I'll get some more. I'll get some more halves in. But that brings up kind of to current day. So 2022, I invested properly in some kit. Got a proper shoe rotation. Three shoes: fast pace shoe, steady daily trainer shoe, and a trail running shoe. I invested in some new kit, some new tops, running vests, shorts, socks. Did a bit of research again, did a proper training plan. Obviously this training block I'm in now is my first proper training block. The metric I did a few extra runs, but it wasn't a proper training block in terms of a period of time, like 12 weeks, 8-10 weeks or whatever. So this is my first ever training block. I've got all the proper kit for the first time ever. I'm training properly for the first time ever. I'm hoping this marathon, everything will come into fruition. It might not, but if not, doesn't matter, I'll continue. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm up to. So part 1, part 2 was the learning part of the journey. Part 3 is kind of up to current day, where I've put all the things I've learned into one place, and I'm doing things properly. I'm training properly, got the right equipment, I'm varying my runs, I'm not doing the same routes, the same distances, and I'm wondering why nothing's happening. I'm doing long stuff, I'm doing threshold work. As you can probably see, if you follow me on Strava, you'll see all the training I do. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do so for the channel. It does help, and obviously you get to see all the upcoming training. I said we're in week 5 at the minute. I'm a bit behind. Obviously I'm going double run day in today, and then I'll be up to date. And then we've got actually 9 more weeks after this of marathon training. Hopefully at the end of that it'll all come together, and I'll be able to hit my goal of sub 340. It's still looking like a reasonable target at the minute. If I end up doing really well in the second half of this training block, I might knock it down a little bit, but I think I'm going to stick with that for now. But yeah, so as always, thanks for watching. Just a quick finish off of my running journey, because I appreciate it's been a couple of weeks since I did the part 2. If you're interested in seeing all 3 of them, actually watch them back, not back to back, but watch them in order 1, 2, 3. That will show you my kind of journey chronologically, where I came from. Actually, I used to be running 25-minute plus 5Ks. Now I can run that kind of as an easy pace. But again, it's not me showing off anything on me, saying I'm brilliant or anything, because I'm not. Like I said, I'm nowhere near an elite runner or anything like that. I'm just trying to share the things I've learned through running, the things I used to do that I see other people doing. So I see people making mistakes that I used to make, and I'm just trying to share my learning basically to prevent people making the same mistakes I'm doing, and obviously plateauing in their training. If some tips I can give out help people on their running training, then brilliant. But as always, so thanks for watching. I'll pop up a recap probably on Sunday for my long run. I'll do a week 5 recap of my runs I've done this week, as usual, and then obviously we'll just keep dropping out the vlogs every week. I don't normally get a couple out every week. So I said thanks for watching. I will see you on the next one.